on, get the kills, and then reset tower aggro with the repel from Elise.
Team Liquid's composition feels so powerful if it gets ahead, with Akali and Gangplank able to just blow people up. But if they fall behind, having to deal with something like the ranged power of an Azir and an Ezreal that has the peeling potential of Tahm Kench right next to them could be very difficult. And honestly, Kobe, with both these teams' recent performances, with Team Liquid being the one team from NA that really found themselves plenty of wins at Rift Rivals, with CLG showing up and performing in a way that we haven't seen from this team in years, this should be a really exciting battle at the top of the standings.
Battle for first place. Who will take control of the LCS? Team Liquid or CLG? Let's get onto the Rift.
Those CLG chants are something that have been hushed for quite a while now, but it was quite an experience last weekend when they roared over the sound of TSM. Liquid fans, though, none to sleep at the wheel, as they're here to support their squad as well. We'll see CLG going towards the bottom side. Ward placed down by Team Liquid right before both squads rounded the corner.
That is one dead ward, immediately placed and killed off there as everybody runs headlong into each other. There's gonna be a little bit of extra experience over there to a few CLG members. Bottom lane, it doesn't mean that much, but solo lane also was in range there.
Looking at keystones across the board here real quick, you do see the Electrocute over on Xmithie's Jarvan, shows more bursty early on as opposed to the Conqueror we sometimes see them take. Ruin has the Conqueror on the Renekton, so he scales a little bit better as opposed to the press the attack that normally just wins the lane harder. Electrocute for PoE is a more bursty style for the Azir. Everything else pretty much par for the course. Biofrost does have that Summoner Spellbook on Tahm Kench, so we've got to make sure we're on the lookout for him swapping that over to things like Teleport and Cleanse and other playmaking moves.
All right, let's see if Wiggly goes for some sort of early play on the top side. He could just start red here and then end on bottom half of the map. Elise definitely has quite a few options. Right now, we'll check on how Ruin actually plays the minion wave with Renekton. Looks like he's actually going to draw Impact back up to his area. This way, you get the ranged minions there. You can see them. He draws Impact up to this brush so that then,
Well, Impact getting the better of Ruin here at level 1, wisely setting up those barrels to get a quick chain on him.
Pay attention to the ranged minions is what I was going to try and point out there, as they add a lot to these early trades. See, currently helping out Ruin there. Also, nice use of the Conqueror thus far. Another good shot there by Impact. Gets the passive burn once again onto Ruin, and forcing him off the minion wave is so big. When Gangplank here, with 2 charges of the Corrupting Potion used early on for lane dominance, gets to push the Renekton off the minion wave. Now he can actually start to deny CS and gain so much extra control for the Team Liquid top side.
So much about laning against Gangplank like this comes down to the barrel timing minigame. Can you manage to pop them before he can detonate them? And topside, it was Impact over and over again, grabbing the explosions before Ruin could disarm the barrels. Taking a look back at mid lane, Power of Evil is going to control this lane early on. Range versus melee matchup. What do you expect? As Xmithie puts himself in position here in case Ruin goes forward, in case CLG is trying to set up some sort of a gank onto Impact. He's there for the counter gank, but CLG has no such plans right now.
Yeah, because you can see Impact was pushing the wave. The timing here works out. You call the jungler when your wave is about to get up to the enemy turret there, because he knows he's got no more Trinket Ward to rely on. And Elise wants to work with Renekton to try and get early game power. So a really good move there from Xmithie just to cover his top laner. Impact has done his job, you know, in winning those early trades and forcing back the Renekton. Scuttlecraft
we all do it.
Pretty slippery, but he's got the smite left over. Ruin going so close. Chasing down Impact there, but he's able to back off. No explosion on the barrel hits this time around, and there are no more charges left in the Corrupting Potion, so it's a little bit more risky.
6A taking some damage in the bottom side, and yeah, Ruin went for that trade in the top side because he did have the level 4 over level 3 advantage because of all the minions colliding underneath the turret. But considering Impact only gets taken a little bit low and then heals up with the oranges and the grass, Gangplank has a lot of ways to stay healthy in this top side. Power of Evil will continue pushing up here in the mid lane. Ruin once again tries to get aggressive on this Renekton in the top side. That's what you want to see out of this champion. You want to see that pressure being applied to something that scales in the way that Gangplank does.
Seen this before.
Wiggly checking the brush here with the explosive Spiderling. Has to show himself because he doesn't want to allow the Gangplank the opportunity to get
Look
back.
at the minimap though, Jarvan's here.
It's going to be a 2 versus 2. CLG coming in, looking to find the damage, almost able to grab it. Wiggly's able to grab himself the first blood. Ruin gets himself away, but the turret's going to take him down. It is a 1-for-1, but critically, so many minions are going to die here with Impact still seeing black and white.
Yeah, and this is one of the moments where the jungler is like, yes, thank you very much. Smithy now level 5 after getting all that solo experience, actually ahead of the solo laner. Bottom side, they're going for another trade. Keep your eyes on those feathers in the ground. Blade call for double lift. Couldn't turn around, but let's take another look at it. As I was talking about, Smithy was heading right back up the lane. He knows this is going to be the target area. There's no other area on the map that CLG are going to go for. They almost get the complete burst there, but because they don't finish it off, Ruin's still under the turret. Flashes, dashes, too many turret shots. That small little judgment there where they don't quite have enough damage for the initial burst to finish it off before Wiggly goes for the repel means that Ruin is left with the tower aggro. And he's left with the tower aggro and an incomplete mission. So they still try and complete the mission. He stays under the turret, make sure they get the kill, and on the outside can't escape with his life. Meanwhile, Stixay does get one stop on a core JJ.
Or JJ stop, and Doublelift gets back in time, and considering Doublelift took TP, both marksmen actually with the TP, that means Doublelift gets to come back to lane. BF Sword in inventory, and this is one of the laning differences between Ezreal and other AD carries early on. Xayah comes back with BF Sword. Ezreal has a few different mana items, pretty big difference in combat power there, so Doublelift will have an easy edge if CLG tries to go for big all-in style trades. Look to see Stixay only poking with the Mystic shots for now.
See if he'll throw one at Core JJ, because I believe there's a ward over there. He's been able to stop his back this time around. Meanwhile, level 6s have come in for the mid laners. Teleport coming back on the bottom side. Biofrost, still a nice little sidestep with his old lane partner there.
Biofrost once again gonna look for the tongue lash, and Doublelift once again reads him like a book.
And notice, all of Doublelift's dodges have been up. He is dodging aggressively. Now, this is one of the things where it is a bit of a mind game with dodges, and I always love to play this mind game of, are you going to switch your tendencies here? But CLG keep throwing bottom side, and Doublelift keeps dodging up. It's a much more dangerous dodge to dodge upwards, but it also kind of shows the confidence that he has against these players that he's played against so often. And Core JJ now back to lane. Smithy also going to join the party.
Smithy with level 6 here on the Jarvan. Biofrost knocked up into the air. Thickskin's going to protect him from any further damage coming in. Impact once again going to be the target here by CLG, but they cannot find the kill. And with the TP showing up from Jensen, TL could ward them away.
Yeah, Jensen, I think, got baited a little bit there, missing some stuff in the mid lane. And Smithy, they're trying to take Dragon while Jensen just teleported top. This could be disaster for TeamLiquid. Biofrost heads over, but there's nobody else. Stixay still under the turret. They don't call everyone.
PoE forced to flash away. Not only do TL grab their objective, they get a summoner spell from the enemy mid laner. Now it's Impact, who again is targeted by the side of CLG. The damage comes through, the cocoon lands, and the auto attack seals the deal.
Mission successful this time around. CLG return, and this time they also get the turret plate for themselves. Thought bottom side might be a little bit overreaching, but TeamLiquid are able to get the Ocean Drake. Stixay was under turret, and Wiggly, of course, was topside.
Wiggly making those plays happen up there for Ruin, trying to get this guy ahead, play around that Renekton, keep Gangplank suppressed early on in the game. There's now Power of Evil. Has to keep trying to farm up here. Jensen's going to take some damage there from the minion wave. PoE retreating on this Azir, as Smithy keeps on farming up on the Jarvan. And remember, the name of the game when you have another jungler against Elise is Elise isn't quite going to get that same level 6 power spike as somebody else is. It's not like you have a new ability coming online. Let's take another look, though, at how Wiggly set things up on the top side.
All right, so they kind of bait with recalling here. They just walk out of vision, teleports back in. Impact thinking that, they've already ganked twice. There's no way that the Elise is still here. But Wiggly waited in the brush, so they can, in fact, go all in. Able to land the blue smite for the extra speed, and then saving the cocoon till the very end.
And bottom side now, it's going to be 2 versus 2. Core JJ going underneath the turret. Stixay not able to grab the damage with the True Shot Barrage means Core JJ gets away. And Stixxay will lose his support. Biofrost down, 1-for-0 Team Liquid.
Yeah, it looked like they bursted Biofrost down before he's able to get off the thick skin activation there. Really nice use of crowd control from the Team Liquid duo. Now they've got alone time with the turret, a little bit of extra damage. You can see Wiggly on the wards in mid, but so can Team Liquid.
Alone time is playtime. Another one going into the pockets here of Team Liquid in only a moment, but they will be forced away before they can grab it. As Wiggly grabs the bottom side scuttle crab, Smithy waiting here in the mid lane. Could turn into a 2 versus 2. Wiggly wisely not going to walk into that brush just yet, but now the face will check that objective here. As we're going to see Smithy get himself away. Nice buffering of the EQ combo to get out of the cocoon, as Ruin finds himself a favorable trade on the Impact top side.
Yeah, Ruin goes for the phage first for the extra move speed so he can chase down Impact, try and keep up, and go for those all-ins. So take another look at this, because this is what I thought was too much CC for Biofrost to be able to get off his thick skin in. CoreJJ, yeah, that flash from CoreJJ for the point blank. So good. He gives no time for him to react, and they 100% to 0 Biofrost within the CC duration. Amazing use there. Flashes in for the point blank, so there's no reaction. Biofrost cannot flash out of it, and it's right under turret. Very nicely pulled off there. And clean kill for the Team Liquid duo. But we are still in a game with gold advantage to CLG, a lot because of this top side jungle focus, and a little bit of CS advantage for Power Vivo in the mid lane as well.
And Impact, despite the fact that CLG's been putting so much focus on him into the top side, still doing all right, but it's going to be Shelly where the fights focus on next. CLG moving up, trying to stop Smithy before he's able to secure this objective. They wanted to lose patience. They wanted to reset, and there it goes. Objective accomplished for CLG.
And this is because CLG sent all 5 members up to the top side of the map. You can see that comes at a cost. If you look at the mini-map right now, Doublelift is able to run straight into this turret. He's going to get more turret plates. So yes, they do chase Team Liquid off of that Rift Herald, but sending everybody up there with nobody heading bottom, no teleport from Stixxay used, no Abyssal Voyage being level 1 for Biofrost, not very long range. This is going to cost them heavily, and Doublelift will take the tax.
CLG giving away some more plate money to the carry of Team Liquid here in the bottom lane. Doublelift up almost 30 CS compared to his lane opponent at this point. See if CLG can grab Shelly for themselves. They do have both solo laners and jungler here ready to go. Still committing to Shelly. That eyeball rocking again as Smithy goes forward with the combo. Has to flash out over the wall to keep himself alive. As Shelly is stolen by Impact. He runs up, he grabs the eye. He's about to stamp out that spider, and Wiggly shut down.
Oh my goodness. That feels real bad for Wiggly. Completely destroyed there. Impact gets it with the cannon barrage, and then they kill him afterwards. That is now going to be a reversal of fate. This is a Team Liquid Rift Herald that will completely take out 2 turret plates in the mid lane there.
What a huge swing for the side of Team Liquid. These guys have got themselves so much from Impact playing well on a champion he is known for playing well on.
I mean, playing well with the cannon barrage, getting the last hit on...
He predicted it!
On Shelly with the smite being used there, I believe, is that is some next level calculations then.
Yep, I'm believing in the mental math here coming out from Impact, making the plays happen for Team Liquid, but whether or not it was perfect timing from him or a mistake from his opponent or both, here it goes again.
Yeah, all right, so Smithy with a dangerous play goes in between 3, but Wiggly isn't able to get the cocoon on him, so Smithy is able to get out. Yeah, and it's just an early smite. 6 HP, was that it?
Yep.
Woo! That is rough. Then Wiggly, there's nowhere for him to go. He can't repel onto anything on the top side except for Akali, and Akali is going to kill you either way, so he goes for the inside route, and it does give the money over to the Jarvan, which is probably the best place to give the money, but with how Team Liquid destroyed the bottom turret plates in exchange for all this Rift Herald stuff, and then still got the Rift Herald, that is just like winning both sides of the deal without any cost to themselves. And that is very hard to come back from if you're playing a team like Team Liquid. Now that they have this gold lead, they call Smithy down to the bottom side to finish it up. And you know why they're going bottom side, Clayton? There's another dragon ready and waiting.
Another dragon ready and waiting, another plate ready and waiting with 5 seconds left before it would have fallen off. First turret going over to the side of TL. Man, that one mistake, that 6 HP error from Wiggly feels like it cost CLG so much, as TeamLiquid will now go for that Drake here yet again. Wiggly paying another visit to the top half of the map. Ruin has the ability to knock this turret down pretty easily now, considering the plates are gone. And there goes Ruin. Here comes that Renekton ulti. He's going to be tanking up a lot of damage, though. Impact getting himself away. Ruin not finding the kill, nearly taken down. Stixxay makes a TP. Jensen going in after him. There comes the dunk, as CLG will now defend themselves against TeamLiquid's counterattack. No dead people on either side.
Yep, everybody's going to call a draw after that one to get the recall us off. Ruin does have teleport. Maybe CLG are going to redouble their efforts on this top side. All of TeamLiquid are heading up as well. Impact has teleport, so both top laners could get back if the fight does break out. Currently resetting to the bottom half of the map, though, after all the action dissipates.
That one was pretty wild. You could see CLG really wanting to get the dive, but Gangplank, now that he's got the extra health from Trinity Force, he's scaling up, he's got the grasp. The oranges do so much work in stopping those dives as well. It's getting harder and harder to make plays onto this guy. Even though he's 0-2-2, still has plenty of money just because he's Gangplank, only about 150 gold behind his opponent. He's feeling totally comfortable.
Definitely one of the classic champions for TeamLiquid because of the because of the global ultimate there. He's also able to affect other plays without completely joining and fine being left alone. But right now, Xmithy's actually going to the bottom half, and there is a control ward for Impact. So it's a fairly dangerous spot for Ruin, but Xmithy is stopping and doing the Krugs first until they see the rest of the members of CLG. Maybe he's got some time to back off.
Well, someone who doesn't have a lot of time is going to be Power of Evil, who tries to get himself away in the mid lane and will succeed in doing so. Doublelift goes for the flash to follow up, but will not be in range for the Blade Caller to get there in time. Two-shot barrage mid lane. Ooh, just barely grazes the side of TeamLiquid as Ruin rotates over to help PoE clear that mid wave out.
Yeah, Doublelift there. Tried to go catch up and get the kill on a PoE, but a little bit too slow. No harm, no foul, I think, because it is going to be a full reset. CLG still searching for a little bit of a pass here towards mid lane. I think TeamLiquid happy to get this reset off. If they can make a play with Core JJ and Xmithy, Jensen's hovering over.
Jensen seeing if maybe there's a move to make here with this Akali. Xmithy going in. Wiggly and Stixxay targeted. Xmithy gonna be taken very low though. Up into the air goes the spider, but where's she gonna come back down? Has to flash over the wall. Jensen follows after with the ultimate. Stasis gonna be used there. Wiggly very low, and he cannot be gobbled up in time. Stixxay and Biofrost try to escape as Jensen continues forward, having a flash out now. Xmithy's still gonna be kept alive into the back line. Ruin looking to dive into him, but he's not gonna have enough just yet. Rooted up, beaten down. Doublelift makes sure of it, and TeamLiquid find 2-0.
Ooh, very, very close there. Ruin actually roaming up to walk behind and cut them off, but CLG not ready to... Oh, Xmithy!
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, definitely right on the money there for Stixxay. Does find the shot, but not enough damage behind it. TeamLiquid immediately dispersed into the 1-3-1 once again, as they've got Jensen almost at the top turret, trying to get some more objectives for themselves. And because there's double Ocean Drakes, Xmithy and then Jarvan is actually healing up very quickly, able to get the Scuttle Crab. So TeamLiquid keep up the pressure on the map even after pulling out the victory in that team fight and not going back to base.
TeamLiquid having they had the better early game. They're having the better mid game here so far, even though we've only been in it for a couple of minutes. Impact will continue applying pressure across the map, pushing that couple of waves up into the tier 2 turret. And let's take another look at how this big old fight went down.
All right, so TeamLiquid are looking for the 4v3 opportunity. Xmithy gets chain CC'd and bursted down very low, but not low enough. Wiggly also has to flash out, and Jensen uses first part of Akali ultimate to go over the wall, second part with the execute damage, take down the kill. Then here's the roam from Ruin. Up behind Xmithy, he wanted to get the full burst, but the nice peeling there from Impact and Core JJ keeps Xmithy alive, and nobody else from CLG acted at the same time as Ruin. So there was only threat from one direction, and it was the Renekton who got focused down. Nobody else was able to ward off the members of TeamLiquid. So they come away unscathed, able to push out the minion waves, then go for the resets, and they were also able to finish off that mid turret beforehand. So a lot of the map now in their hands. Doublelift probably one of the richest in the game at the moment. 2 kills for himself, just over 200 CS as well, and wearing the red buff. This is all smiles as far as AD carry perspective. Doesn't have his flash though, because of the early play he tried to tower dive Power of Evil with.
Gotta respect it though. I like the aggressive plays. Gotta use that flash offensively sometimes. Wiggly off to the side here in the mid lanes. Maybe he can set up a trap, knowing he's on top of the control ward. Ooh, but the cocoon misses. That means Core JJ will be kept perfectly safe. 19.5 minutes into this game means Baron's gonna be coming online soon. And with the damage potential of these teams, a big team fight mistake could spell a big objective loss for either side. CLG still has quite a mount to work up against here. 3,500 gold down. TeamLiquid will be commanding a 3-0 Drake lead as well after they secure this mountain. Wiggly once again committing into the top side here, but doesn't look like they're gonna find a whole lot from this as that Drake falls.
Are they gonna force it now? Having the Dragon call go over to TeamLiquid. CLG all now focusing up towards the Baron area. I think they just want to wait on that Scuttle Crab and get the extra vision around the Baron, because it's so difficult for them to actually set up versus TeamLiquid. With all this extra money that's gone over to the TeamLiquid side, CLG trying to play a lot more carefully now, and they do get the Scuttle Crab, which is very important. Vision that can't be removed around the objective that TeamLiquid are going to try and use to draw them out.
And when you look at the map, you can see if it could be removed, Kobe, it would have been removed, because there are so many little blue dots all over this map. But the red dots are few and far between. You can see one control ward dropped by Wiggly on top of his current location. But the rest of it is just that Scuttle Crab, one ward there in the top part of the river, but that CLG map is mostly dark.
Do their part to try and make it dark for TeamLiquid as well. Now that is one of the hopes here for CLG, is to try and take away enough vision that you force some face checks from TeamLiquid. Thus far, it's very difficult to do though, because there's so many ways for them to get saved. But the Elise, as well as the Tom Kench, do pose a couple of options here for CLG to try and catch TeamLiquid off guard. Now that it's been in darkness for this long, they're actually starting it up. The TeamLiquid have to get a bit antsy.
Smithy is saying, all right, we got to go check this. Baron taking a half HP. CLG, there's no way you can continue this. It has to be disengaged as Core JJ is going in, and now it's trouble for CLG. Jensen maintains aggro on the Baron, and that means CLG has done nothing but leash for their opponent. Core JJ is going to be taken very low. He stays alive, only to be executed by Baron. But now will CLG find anything else? Jensen continues moving forward, a TP coming in now. CLG do not want to let their opponents get away with anymore, but do they even have a choice? I think they don't. CLG end up going 1-for-1 and lose the Baron.
Baron DPS must be respected. PoE stays in the pit there, takes a lot of damage on the Azir, and Core JJ was already on the inside route up through their own jungle. Able to find it. Smithy went this way, but Core JJ goes up behind the Baron pit, looking for PoE's only escape position, and he once again is able to flash in, make the play onto Wiggly, and they catch the jungler. Even better of a kill for themselves. Then he also takes the same route back out though, and that one's gonna lead to Baron finishing the job there. He's able to get the execute and make it 1-for-1.
And Ruin's Renekton, I mean, he's sitting on a Black Cleaver, he's sitting on the pieces of a spear, but 1.5 items is not enough to run into the middle of 4 people and try to stop the Liquid exit there, so no way for CLG to find something on the back end, and Liquid now has 2.5 minutes to slam some objectives on this map. That was only the 3rd turret they've taken this game. Plenty of standing gold left to grab here for the side of TL, as Jensen will continue pushing into the top side. You've got Impact in the bottom. The other 3 members here in mid lane. Smithy actually sort of bouncing back and forth between mid and top, making sure he's always got the opportunity to help either one of those. As Jensen will just keep applying the pressure here, checking the brush there with the 5-point strike, making sure nobody's going to be chilling out in that one, as Ruin will try to defend, but the turrets keep on falling.
Yep, CLG trying to find an opening here. They do have Tom Kench almost to level 11. Once Bifrost gets another rank in the Abyssal Voyage, you get more distance, so maybe they may take a side lane play and try and pick one of the split pushing members of TeamLiquid off, because currently the Akali as well as the Gangplank just being unanswered. Jensen gets the turret on the top side. Impact on the bottom side has got the minions all the way up to the turret that are being dealt with by Power of Evil. But more damage to the structures here as Jensen just buffing up those cannon minions, takes almost 50% of the turret by themselves.
Doublelift losing about 50% of his HP there, as well as Stixay finds a couple of auto attacks onto him. CLG continues trying to defend here, but things are getting tougher and tougher, my friend. When you're down 8,000 gold, when another turret falls, when now all you've got left to defend is what's in your base, the map is rapidly shrinking here for the side of CLG. Not many plays to make except just try to weather this storm, hope that Liquid makes some sort of a mistake, but so far they're playing clean.
All right, mid lane, the next one to take some damage here. Doublelift for JJ, move inside, they finish the turret. And even though CLG clump up, Team Liquid get the objective first, and they don't take any risks. There's a Cloud Drake now on the map for them to take as well. Power of Evil goes for the play onto Impact.
CLG is saying, all right, can we find something here? Wiggly wanted to move forward, finds the Cocoon, more damage coming through. There's a kill for the side of CLG, but it may just cost them their inhibitor in the top lane. TL take that one down with the remaining 4 members. They will disengage and escape.
All right, that means there will be some breathing room here. CLG lose 1 inhibitor on top side, and Cloud Drake is available, but Impact sacrifice definitely worth it for Team Liquid. The base has been cracked open. Inhibitor off top side means they can focus down on the other exposed inhibitor and just return with all of the money that they're able to spend on items here. You see, Impact is able to get an entire Sterix gauge completed now for himself, plus some lethality to come in and back up the power behind these barrel explosions. Smithy,
That was close.
attempt at no cost there. You just blast going over the wall, you can EQ right back out. You also have your flash, so not too risky, just going for a possible play there. Doesn't get the smite, and that is going to be Cloud Drake for CLG. There's not a lot of room for them to use it, not a lot of room to run around, but you know, 1 dragon's better than nothing.
Nothing is about the options that CLG have right now. Stuck in their base, 2 inhibitors exposed, 1 of those already taken down. 3rd inhibitor turret still standing, but how much longer is Team Liquid going to tolerate that? You have to wonder, as not only do they have the Sterix gauge on Impact, they've got the stone plate up on the Jarvan, meaning the front line is beefier than ever. Core JJ has been making engages so far for the team, and CLG has just not found any similar capabilities. Look at the engage potential of CLG. Renekton has a short range dash, more of like a skip or a jump towards you that doesn't do a whole lot. Can't really close distance with that. Elise Cocoon hits 1 person. Power of Evil could go for a big shuffle, but that's about it. Somehow, I don't think Biofrost has enough licks to get to the center of the Liquid pop, so there's no way to really engage on a team like TL that's 8,000 gold ahead. And now, they've got to try to defend this mid lane inhibitor, and it's just not in the cards.
All right, I got a question for you then. What is at the center of a Liquid pop? Captain Flowers?
Well, here in about a few minutes, it's going to look like a blown-up CLG Nexus as CLG is finding their health bars poked down here yet again, forced off their own objectives. Core JJ going to take ever so slight amount of damage there as PoE tries to summon enough soldiers to keep these guys away. Team Liquid just waits for the next minion wave. They don't have a Baron. They don't need it. It will be spawning in 15 seconds if they decide to double back for that here soon. They would like to at least get this mid lane in hit first, provide some extra pressure onto the CLG base.
That's 2.
And now they'll back away. Now it's saying, okay, Baron's up. We can go get this. Their base is going to be flooded with minions. This is easy. Jensen split pushing in the bottom lane. He has TP to join if he needs to.
And you can see how much respect Team Liquid are giving to the damage output of the level 16 Azir. Power of Evil, you mentioned him trying to be the one to get to the center of this Team Liquid problem. That is their hope. He is the level 16 carry for this team. He's got his Nashor's Tooth. They're attempting to steal the Baron.
Yep, not gonna happen today. Doublelift's able to secure that one. As Wiggly gets himself away with a repel, Jensen takes down Stixay in a 1v3, shuffled back by the Emperor's Divide. Will he actually fall? Biofrost walking in over the wall. Jensen goes down. It's a 1 for 2 though, as CLG have also lost their jungler. Double is very far forward, but he's able to just bait CLG in. They don't have the damage just yet. Double's gonna be taken low, taken down. Team Liquid are winning the fight for now, but Ruin is rampaging through their lines. 1 man stands on the side of TL. Xmithy will try to get away. He buffers burst through the stun, but Ruin will follow. He needs a little bit more to chase this Jarvan down. The slow will stop him. There's the stun. There's the damage. Baron is gone. Ace CLG.
All right, Ruin is the hope for CLG then, Captain Flowers. He is able to get 4 kills for the side of CLG. Double lift, a little bit too brazenly, walks right up to the face of the crocodile, and Ruin takes the fight. Spear of Sojin. He pops his ultimate, he gets the empowered W, immediately taking down Double lift. And with the rest of the members right around him, a lot of AoE damage from Renekton goes off as well. Really underestimated. There you can see the first empowered W get through. He's gonna have another second empowered W there. Take down Impact as well. And then he gets to chase up the weaker members, having taken down the 2 carries. As you know, Xmithie chase over the wall is able to finally find him as well. So Ruin there holding on at the last moment for CLG. They get to defend the remnants of their base.
Crocodile's courageous team fight keeps these guys alive for a little bit longer. Still got to defend 2 downed lanes of inhibitors. You only have 1 Nexus turret left. Thankfully for them, top lane inhib now respawns. Only the 1 wave now going to be spawning with super minions. Power of Evil continuing to scale up on that Azir. Stopwatch is broken though, so if they find a way onto him, TeamLiquid can explode the Emperor very quickly. TeamLiquid has to be scratching their heads a little bit over how they let themselves fall into that trap, especially after being so respectful and playing so carefully like you were talking about earlier.
I can clear it up for you.
Okay, clear it up for me, buddy.
Again, Double lift walks face first into the crocodile. Crocodiles are dangerous. They will bite you.
Okay, I feel like this is a lesson that should have been learned a while ago, but maybe somebody wasn't paying attention in biology class. We'll have to check Double lift's transcripts at some point. But Double lift and the rest of Team Liquid are still in a very good spot here for themselves, as Ruin will keep farming up here in the bottom side. That Croc has a lot more in his pocket now, too. Randuin's Omen completed. He's got the Jarm's Fist working on the next item, probably Asterix Gauge to be even tankier, survive that burst even better there on the front line. 1.5 minutes until the 3rd inhibitor respawns. And Team Liquid just haven't found the opportunity to push forward any further. Losing that Baron meant all that push power they had is no longer on the table, and considering you now have to respect CLG so much more because of all the money in the pocket of the top laner, it's just not going to happen.
It definitely was a huge stall here for CLG. Now they're cresting the 31-minute mark. This has given them new life in the game. Inhibitor on the top side has respawned, and they are very happy to see another Ocean Drake respawn. The difference between Team Liquid with 2 Ocean Drakes and 3 is negligible. In these end game team fights, it almost means nothing. So with the mid inhibitor respawning in 45 seconds, that last heroic play there from Ruin really did give them new hope. Team Liquid, though, are coming to crush that hope. They've gone back to purchase. There is a QSS now on Double lift. His flash still not back up, nor is it on Jensen or Core JJ, so they have limited options, but they still have an overwhelming advantage in these team fights if they pull them off correctly. They need Core JJ and Xmithie to get their initiation. They can't afford any more mistakes, lest this game go out of their hands.
Rabadon's death cap completed on Power of Evil brings his AP up to a current grand total of 454. He'll be able to put plenty of damage down with those Sand Soldiers in the team fights as long as he doesn't get popped first. Inhibitors now all back up. Team Liquid has no natural advantage in terms of pushing from the minions any longer, but they'll force themselves into the enemy base now with just the normal minion waves they have. 1/4 HP remaining on that last remaining tier 3 turret. Core JJ will walk up and slap the mid lane inhibitor, but won't get much else. You can see Power of Evil trying to defend the top side against Impact's Gangplank as well. Yumu's Ghostblade completed on him. He's even more disengaged and chase down Power with that active. Jensen continuing to push up here in the bottom side, has Double Lift right next to him. Team Liquid would love to ruin this last remaining inhibitor turret. We'll see if CLG can stop it. Ruin on the front line, eating a little bit of damage. Turret gonna be taken very low, taken down. CC landing onto Ruin, who will still be alive, not gonna be fully engaged on just yet. That's a pretty tanky member of CLG to be starting off on. Team Liquid don't want to make that mistake here. Impact still in the top side as well. Inhibitors all up, but inhibitors all exposed. is still a very, very risky situation for the side of Counter Logic Gaming. The Abyssal Voyage is showing up into the top side. It's Impact who's in some trouble. Gonna be taken low, kept alive by the fair exchange. As the damage comes down, he's gonna be taken down, but now the counterattack is coming through. Wiggly's kept alive, but only for a moment. Biofrost's gonna be taken low next. Xpithy into the middle of the fight. Devil is trying to kite away from Ruin, who turns right back around. It's double kill over to the Emperor Shurima. And Power of Evil makes sure it's an even fight, 2 for 2.
And CLG try and make the attack right when TeamLiquid are backing off to set up for the Baron. 2v2. The jungler killed for CLG, though. They don't have a smite left. I think that is TeamLiquid with the objective victory in the aftermath. And that is what they were waiting for. They need the Baron empowered minions to be able to get past the onslaught here of the Azir wave clear and the Ezreal Qs coming out. Here's another look at it. CLG were trying to catch Impact while he was split pushing here. Impact kites down to the bottom side, flashes over the Azir wall, tries to survive as long as possible, and takes Wiggly down to 50% there. Critically, Jensen goes right for Wiggly. He knows they have to kill the enemy jungler. Baron on the table, and that was the main objective. Ruin does get in. He trades as Doublelift is able to kill him with the Blade Collar on the way out. Once that goes through, he knows the Baron is forfeit, and TeamLiquid will come once again to attempt to finish the game. Now they've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left of this Baron buff, and they want to put it to use, finishing up the game.
Ruin looking for the flank here. Onto TeamLiquid as they push up the mid lane. CLG know they can't just allow TeamLiquid to slowly push up and choke them away from the inhibitors. They don't want to slowly bleed out like that. They have to make some sort of a stand here. Zombie ward there means that Ruin will be spotted out. Blast Cone no longer available, as that had been removed by Ruin to make sure TL couldn't use it.
Yeah, suspicious.
Yeah.
This Blast Cone,
where did that plant go?
Spontaneously combusted.
How strange. Top side, nobody gonna be doing a lot just yet. Jensen's getting the wave ready, pushing that up into the base. Clearing out the ward from that top side lane brush as well. We'll see if CLG go for anything else with Biofrost's Abyssal Voyage. The Sun Disc falls in the mid lane. TeamLiquid taking their time with this one. They don't want to make any more of those big mistakes that led to the last pop-off from CLG. Ruin rotating bottom side to deal with Xpithy now. Jensen's still going to be providing that 1-3-1 pressure there in the top lane. Power of Evil shows up and summons up some soldiers.
Keep your eyes on the supports.
Or keep your eyes on the top side, or everywhere. It's about to go off. Power of Evil getting himself away from Jensen, who goes into the smoke. Doublelift grabbing the kill onto Wiggly first and foremost. Jensen buys time with the stasis. Ruin on the front line. Red inhibitor goes down. Ruin going to be tanking up all day long. Biofrost gobbles him away, but still going to be in some trouble. Strix stays chased down by Doublelift, who goes deep into enemy territory. A double kill over to him. And that is the game. Ruin the last man standing, the only man standing. And despite CLG's best efforts, Liquid will remain at #1.
TeamLiquid remain